Hello, boys and girls. I hope you guys are ready for a fun week of schooling online. We only have 2 more weeks left that you have to do your e-learning, so it will go by quick, and then it's summertime, and hopefully the weather warms back up and we all can enjoy some beautiful time playing outside. This week we're going to be talking about beavers and learning about woods and outside. We have 6 new amazing words to learn for this week that you're going to hear in your stories. And they are your vocab amazing words. Let's look at this picture here. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about is the animal a beaver, which you probably already know what a beaver is. It is this animal right here. And a beaver is a furry animal with a flat and strong tail back there. You can kind of see it. And it's got very strong teeth, a beaver does, because they have to use it to build their homes. So a beaver is a furry animal with a big flat tail with very strong teeth. Now, its home that it uses to build with its teeth is called a lodge, and the lodge is right there, and you can see the beaver is chewing on that piece of wood, and he drags it over to a pile of where his lodge is, and his lodge is his home, and it's made out of sticks and mud and dirt, and it kind of piles them all up, and the mud acts like the glue, and it sticks it all together, and they build their home on and under the water. It's very cool, their beaver lodges. Or you might hear a beaver den. This is something you could go find if you live by water at all. Beavers do live in Illinois, and they live near us. You maybe have seen one before, or maybe at the zoo or Wildlife Prairie Park. So beaver is our main animal that we're going to talk about this week. The other vocab word we're going to talk about is the word paddle. Now, we know how to paddle if we know how to swim. Well, beavers love to be in water and on land. And for them to paddle and get around quickly in a river or a lake, they have to have webbed fingers. We don't have webbed fingers. We have all these different fingers. Well, a beaver has this webbed skin in between each finger to help it form more like a paddle. And you can think then if you have this paddle, it's like flippers. They can push against the water and they go back and forth, and that's what it means to paddle, and they can swim rather quickly. You probably know another animal that has a webbed foot, and that helps them swim. Can you think of another animal that has webbed feet? How about a duck, or a goose, or a platypus? Those are all animals that have webbed feet to help them swim in the water, and they might also walk on land. Okay, the next word we're going to talk about is, let's do the word river. Now, the river is right here. You can see it. And a river can be really wide. It can be narrow. It can be very deep. So a river, what is unique about it is the water is always flowing in a river. It can be different sizes, like I said. It can be really big, it can be smaller, it can be deep, it can be shallow. But a river always has flowing water through it. Now, something that is similar to a river is called a stream. Now, a stream is right here. It doesn't have much water in it. If it rains a lot, it might be really high, but you can usually always walk through a stream. A stream is never as deep as a river. And if there hasn't been any rain, sometimes the stream, you won't even know it's there, and it just looks like a whole bunch of rock, and it's usually down in the woods where the two hills meet, and you might see a stream when there's a whole bunch of water. Now, and again, if there's water, it would be flowing over those rocks. Now, sometimes these rivers or streams lead into a big body of water, which would be a lake. Now, lakes can be small, they can be really big. A lake has land all around it, unlike an ocean where it just goes on and on and on and on and on until you see land. A lake, some of you I know have been to a lake before. Think about things you can do on a lake. Maybe you've been swimming in a lake, maybe you've taken a boat to a lake, maybe you've fished by a lake. So lakes can be many different sizes. Again, you probably go somewhere where you have a lake nearby, or at least see one when you're driving. So those are our 6 words. We have beaver, we have paddle, we have river, stream, lodge, that's the beaver's home, remember, and lake. So you're going to hear these words in your stories, you're going to hear them in your songs, you'll hear them in your videos. Remember to cheer for them. Several water ones there, and then an animal that lives in the water and on land called a beaver. So I have a short, easy concept book that you guys help me read each week. And remember, then you'll go do your worksheet afterwards. And this one is called Busy Beavers. Look at that beaver there chewing on that piece of wood, probably to build his lodge. It's by Allison Blank, Busy Beavers. Remember to repeat after me. Beavers cut. You can see with its teeth they are cutting through these twigs and leaves in the water while he's swimming. Kind of a cute little furry guy. Beavers chew. Chewing on an old tree that looks like that fell over. And he's like, oh, I'll chew on this and get a branch. Beavers swim. You can see him probably down a river or maybe on a lake swimming through the water. Beavers carry. Look at it. Look how it's carrying it. Is he carrying it in his hands? No, he's carrying it in his mouth. I want you to look at those teeth. Oh, they are yellow. He needs to brush those teeth. So they have very strong mouths because they can chew through wood and they can carry big, heavy things. Beavers pile. Why do you think this beaver's piling up all these branches and twigs and sticks? What do you think he's making? Beavers build. I see mud and sticks, and it's all right by a stream or a river or a lake. What is he building? Do you remember the name of the house? Beavers sleep in its den or its lodge. Remember, its lodge is its home. Look at it sleeping there. Okay, so busy beavers, they are busy. That would take a long time to build that house, and especially with not a lot of help and no tools. Remember, we talked about those tools last week. Animals don't use tools. They have to be creative. So this beaver uses its teeth and its mouth to help cut and carry and build. And they'll use those big tails to pat it all down to make a sturdy home so they can be protected. So you can fill out your worksheet after this with this story. Remember your 6 amazing words. Oh, I forgot. Let's do our fill in the blank. So which words can you put in my sentence? Here's your picture of your words. And then you tell me which word we should put in the sentence. You ready? A blank builds a home in water. What animal are we talking about? A beaver. A beaver builds a home in the water. Beavers live in a what? What do they live in? What was the name of the home? A lodge, right there. A beaver uses its web feet to blank in the water. What does it do with its web feet in the water? If you said paddle, you are right. A beaver uses web feet to paddle in the water. A blank is a body of water that's always flowing. Which one's always moving, flowing, going by? A river. A river is a body of water that's always flowing. We can cross the blank without using a bridge. Which body of water can we cross? No problem. A stream. We can cross a stream without using a bridge. A blank is surrounded on all sides by land. What has land all the way around it, but in the middle is a big body of water? A lake. All right, hopefully you did a good job filling in those blanks with your new words that we just talked about. And you get your worksheets done, and I'll see you all soon for another video. Thanks.